3.22 Trial of the Ancestors is upon us, and these are my favorite league starters for controller-based builds. None of these builds I personally created, but after looking at the info, I think they would make great league starters as they don't have a million buttons to push and are relatively easy to play in gear. Links to all content creators and their path buildings will be listed below. First up, we have Pohx, or Pohx. Not sure how to pronounce his name. What I am sure of is that he has the absolute most complete guides of anyone on the planet for Righteous Fire. Righteous Fire is very tanky, and the only downside to it is that the damage can be a little lacking on bosses. Overall, a very solid build, but the fire trap can be a little wonky on controller sometimes. Next on the list is a creator by the name of Tatiantel2 with his Spell Totem Storm Burst Hierophant. He specializes in my personal favorite gameplay style, Spell Totems. Sorry I don't have footage from Tatiantel himself, but I was able to record a little footage using my Freezing Pulse Hierophant, so you can see how this playstyle kind of works. My damage is a pitiful 250k on this, but Tatiantel manages to get it up to over 7 million while maintaining an incredible amount of defenses. This build is hardcore solo self-found viable, and the only reason I feel confident saying that is that Tatiantel himself is a hardcore solo self-found gauntlet racer, so I would highly recommend and trust any builds this guy puts out. Following that, we have Asmodeus and his Wave of Conviction Ignite Elementalist. I typically don't like Elementalists because I find they tend to be very squishy, but Asmodeus manages to attain a very good level of defenses while pushing a consistently strong DPS. This is a very comfy build capable of doing all content in the game and has a very smooth progression. Asmodeus has been a build creator for quite a while and a content creator that I've personally used for league starts in the past on keyboard and mouse. This build in particular is very easy to play on controller as well though. Moving on to the shadow, we have our first build with Ziz featuring Palsteron? I will learn these names one day. And his Hexblast Miner. This is a build I'm very hyped about in particular because the potential burst damage is absolutely insane. As you can see here, with just 15 mines active, he's able to get a 30 million DPS burst on bosses where you can preset a large group of mines. This isn't even using in-game gear. This is just the stuff you should expect to find in early white-yellow maps as you're getting your gear set up. But just like you'd expect from builds endorsed by Zizaran, it also comes packing an incredible amount of defenses. Normally, I don't like mines, especially for controllers since it's so hard to control distance thrown. However, Hexblast targets an enemy and just has no implications when it comes to the proximity, so it works very well when you don't need to be accurate. Following that, we have Toxic Rain Pathfinder, a very comfy mapper made by Zizaran directly. This build uses delayed damage pods to deal chaos damage over time, and utilizes very powerful flasks to fly through maps with good survivability. Good at mapping, bossing, and capable of doing all content in the game, it also packs a solid amount of defenses. There is a champion version of this build that's even tankier, but Pathfinder got some love in the last expansion, and many build creators found a fun use for it with this style of Toxic Rain build. Finalizing this list, we have Carn and his Boneshatter Slayer. Widely considered to be the best melee skill in the game for quite a long time, Boneshatter focuses on incredible defenses and flies through maps. It suffers when it comes to boss damage a little bit, and the damage from trauma can be a little overwhelming at times, so don't be afraid to back off, let your trauma stacks fall off, especially if you're getting a little overwhelmed. Overall, it's very solid and incredibly easy to gear. It does require a good handle on crafting weapons to maximize your DPS, or if you're playing trade, you can just go get one off the website. I hope you found something exciting in this list. I highly recommend you check out each of these content creators and their in-depth guides as they contain very important information on each build. All their information is going to be listed below, path of building, and links to the build guides itself. I'm hoping for some fun when it comes to the new auto battler system of PoE. I have no idea what kind of builds might excel in this new format as of now. So until next time, thank you all for coming in. If you like any of the information provided, please like, subscribe, and y'all, take it easy.
Let's do this.